All right, Keon Brown here. It's October 10th, 2021. Can't believe it's already 2021. October. I don't know about you, but I'm ready for homecoming 2021 coming up very soon. We're less than 30 days away from the sloping hills and verdant green of NCCU. We want to thank you for joining us today. I have a great show for you today. One of my classmates, I'm going to bring her in right now. You know, she likes Champaign so much. She takes part in Champaign all the time now. Champaign Mini, our cheerleading squad at NCCU. What's up, Natasha Bynum? How are you?
I'm well, Keon. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for being here. It's really great to see you. Tell us what you've been up to since we graduated. I know that you are working with our cheerleaders full time. Tell us about that.
Oh my, so it's a very, very rewarding experience. First and foremost, I want to just say that I'm forever grateful to Luann Edmonds Harris, for gifting me the opportunity to work alongside of her. I did start volunteering with the program back in 2006. So it has definitely been a long journey. This year, of course, is very different due to COVID-19, but it's just very rewarding, you know, the motto, truth and service. So I'm just happy to be able to give back to a program that poured so much into me and, you know, aiding into the woman that I am today.
How did NCCU find you? How did you get to NCCU?
Oh my, so the Luann Edmonds Harris. You know, I'm from Winston-Salem. So my family, it's Rams and Aggies. So I remember meeting Luann many, many years ago at one of the college tours that I attended. And, you know, Luann just has that personality that will draw anyone in. And so at that moment, I wasn't certain about NCCU, but I think with anyone who experienced her after that conversation, it leaves you with no other choice but NCCU. And then once I laid eyes on Champaign, it was just like, this is definitely the place for me.
I want to talk about Champaign for a minute because that is a consistent experience for all NCCU alumni, the cheerleaders. How important is it that we have the cheerleaders, the fan enablers? How important is that experience?
It's very important because as I try to, you know, encourage the young ladies and young men that are part of the program, is that Champaign to me is the face of the university. We are the ones who, or they are the ones who, we support all the athletic teams. And it's just not about just what you do as far as athleticism. It's about what you do for the university. So you are an ambassador for your university. You are the face of the university. So everything that you do should be in support of NCCU.
Sorry about that. Thank you. Sorry about that. I want to ask you another question, and thank you so much for that. I think it's so important. You know, my favorite cheer was "Pick it up, pick it up." You know,
Yes.
He goes, pick it up. What's your favorite? What's your favorite cheer?
I would say, you know, when I first came in, Pick It Up was my favorite. But then a few years later, we came up with Do It Eagles, and that was a crowd favorite. And so I think that's definitely one that I would consider one of my favorites.
Why is it important that alumni be active and be a part of the experience? Because look, what a great opportunity to be an alum and then go back to the university and serve in the capacity that you are and that we get to do all the time. Even if it's not financial, how important is it for alumni to be a part of the NCCU experience post-graduation?
I think it's important because, you know, throughout our journey, we all experience different things that, you know, played a part in our college experience. And I think that being able to, you know, go back and be able to pour into these individuals and give them the nuggets and tools that maybe someone didn't give us, that may be able to aid in them having more of a success. I think that's the main, you know, the most important thing to me.
All right. My classmate, Natasha Bynum. Class, what's your class?
2006.
Come on, '06.
And you know, this is the 15th year, so shout out to '06, one of the best classes.
Bronze Eagle status.
Right.
15 years. 15
Yes.
years. All
Yes.
right. Well, stick around. We honor you today. Thank you for serving and thank you for just being here
Thank you for
today.
having me.
Absolutely. So stick around. We're going to bring Jay and then we're going to bring you back in the end. All right.
All right.
All right. So good to see you, my classmate. Thank you, Champagne, for doing your thing. I know that we're going to be in Pasadena for the Rose Bowl coming up in 2022. So if you haven't booked your tickets and got prepared for that, get to California for that. Thank you so much, Latasha. All right. Next, this guy let me just bring him in now. Jay Alphonse Nicholson. What's up, bro?
What's up, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm excellent, man. Thank you so much for being here.
No
Uh,
problem.
Congratulations on all your success.
Oh, thank you,
Uh,
brother. Thank you.
Actor, brand ambassador. We're going to cover a couple of things. Now, I first saw you alongside of an Oscar Award winner in Self Made.
Nice, nice.
That was an excellent, excellent, excellent series.
Thank you.
Congratulations on that. How was that working on that program?
Well, thank you for having me here, brother. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate all the kind words. And working on Self-Made was just a life-changing experience for me, and a huge elevation in my career at the time. You know, working along Octavia Spencer and Blair Underwood and my good buddy Tiffany Haddish. So that was just a really great experience. And then I happened to be able to work with Blair maybe 5 or 6 months continuously after that on Broadway. So it's just kind of like this continued uh, growth that happened at that time in my career, working alongside some really talented artists. So yeah, and I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. It's a story I think all of us need to know. That's for sure. I was kind of surprised that a lot of Black people didn't know about Madam C.J. Walker, but I was also delighted that so many people did know about her, and we were able to celebrate her in that way.
Come on, the first self-made millionaire Black woman. How
That
about
way.
that? How about
Yeah,
that part? Then there come several other things. You've done many, many things, but I think one of the more prominent roles is from P Valley.
yeah.
Talk about that role, your character, and how important that show is to you and the culture.
Oh man, it's extremely important to me, um, to people in my family, to people that I met while I was at Central. I think it's important to so many different people on so many different levels. I was blessed to have the opportunity to portray Little Murder back in 2018 when Katori first approached me about it. And at the time, I was still street drumming daily in the streets of New York. I was still, hitting those boards in New York pretty hard, the theater circuit, which is a tough living to make, So P Valley changed my life, changed my family's life. And then the storytelling that I've been able to do over the past, 2 years with season one and with season two, which I can't wait for y'all to see, has just been really just an immense challenge, but also a great joy that I'm able to have and knowing that it's going to touch some people and hopefully bring perspective and light to those who don't always have a chance to have their light shined and to always have their voice heard. So doing my part, as I say, to try to bring this community together, in a better place.
Indeed, indeed. Now, how did NCCU find you? I know you were from Greensboro area. How did
Yeah.
you get to NCCU?
So back in 2007, I was coming out of high school, applying for colleges, and you had that circuit. You had A&T, North Carolina Central, Winston-Salem, Fayetteville State, all those things. So I applied for all of those, and I had also applied for some other schools. And my good buddy, he had got accepted into a school that we both wanted to go to at the time, but I didn't get accepted into it. And so Central was the next best decision for me, just because I had heard some really cool things about their music program, and I just wanted to get away from Greensboro. I didn't want to go to A&T. I wanted to be away from home, but far enough I can, close enough I can get back and get a meal if I needed it. But my buddy Denzel, one of my really good friends, decided, he said, you know what, if you go to Central, I'll go with you. We'll make a new home there in Durham. And then I just fell in love once I got there with everyone that I met in the theater department. And yeah, so 2007 is when I made that decision. I think it was definitely one of the best decisions I made in my life.
Now, Jay, on this show, we refer to the school in Greensboro as the other school in Greensboro. Just for your reference. Glad you
Right,
didn't go there.
right.
Uh, let's talk about the music program. You talk about that, and also talk about the Nike partnership that you're in, because you're putting NCCU on full blast. Thank you for
Yeah,
that.
no doubt.
Let's talk about the music program. How important was it, and what did you get out of it?
So, I came in as a music major, and then shortly after, I changed my major to theater. And so I've been a musician my entire life, a drummer. I was in the marching band. I marched in the band for a small period of time at Central, and then I transferred over to the theater department and just used my musical capabilities again and kind of the discipline that I gained in those areas and transferred it over to storytelling. And and then also was able to use it at times. I'm not a musical theater actor, but I have been able to use my voice on stage and my rhythm with dance and stuff like that. I'm not the best dancer, but it comes in handy being a musician and being a drummer and able to kind of time things up. So it meant a lot to me. But also just sitting in the different the jazz department and being able to kind of have that camaraderie with some of the guys in the band and the drum line. Even once they respected it so heavily, which I appreciate when I had to step away and go and do theater, and everyone supported that, and so it was great community I had within me, and then also just every now and then just linking up and being able to jam out. It was really fun.
Now tell me this: what is your favorite song to play with the band, or your favorite band tune at a game?
Man, I couldn't tell you a favorite just because it's just so many that I have, and I have a love for not only North Carolina Central, the Marching 100, but I got a lot of different just HBCUs. Period. I couldn't choose, but We Ready is one of those ones that I think if you play it culturally, everybody just gonna know. Hey, in the middle of the barn, yeah, people gonna know that, So, and I think I enjoyed playing those too when I was on the drum line. It was really fun. But yeah, and I also just quickly wanted to give a shout out to Karen Deacons Brock, who is the woman who brought me into the theater department over at Central. I'm not sure if she's still there, but shout out to her for recognizing the talents that I had at the time. And kind of saying, you know what, you've been doing that music stuff for a long time. Let's see how if you can flex this muscle in this way. And so yeah, I appreciate that.
Before we bring Latasha back in, I want to talk about the theater department because theater at NCCU, I don't know if they get the recognition that they deserve. Clearly, the alumni who are coming out of there are powerful and doing amazing things. What would you say about the Department of Theater for those who may be unaware?
I would say for me, it shaped my foundation. Having for one, Black women who were leading the department. Shout out to Dr. Austin, RIP to him. He passed away a few years back, I think last year, who was head of the department while I was there. But Karen Deacons Brock and Dr. Asabi, they really kind of took us under their wing and really made sure that we understood our value in the industry and that we were able to do just as much as anybody else in the industry and bring an impact to it and do it on a high level. And so I would say Central definitely has that. Dr. Samart Williams, came out of Central. Samart Williams, a credible writer at the time, was one of the first plays that I was able to do there. So just doing really great work by Black writers, I think is important. And Central is one of those programs they really stick to that and give you that foundation that you need to take it to the next level.
All right, J. Alphonse Nicholson from the class of 2011,
Yeah,
actor.
and I would have to say I was there 2007 to 11, and my work then took me other places. So I was blessed to go on the road. Was not able to finish at Central, but had so much support when it came to time for me to leave, and people understood. New York was calling and different opportunities at the time, but the love that you all show me and the love I'm able to reciprocate back with through Nike and anything or other platform I've been able to use, I'm so grateful for.
Now, once you're an Eagle, you're an Eagle. Now, you're an alum.
Right.
You are an alum of North Carolina Central University, no matter if you complete or not. And they have made it so easy for you to complete your degree online wherever you are and whatever speed you are, good brother. We want to encourage you to do that. Let me know how I can support you in getting that degree.
Thank you, man.
All right. Thank you so much. Let's bring in Latasha Bynum from the class of 06. I just want to make sure everybody's on here. Can y'all hear me? All right. It's a great day to be a North Carolina Central University Eagle. Thank y'all for being here. We'll finish up with this quick conversation together. I'll start with you, Latasha. Tell me one thing that NCCU prepared you for.
I would say the real world. I think that, when I came to NCCU, I was, very uncertain of a lot of things, very uncertain of actually, who I was as a person. And I think that with the many different things I experienced from my department, from cheer, and just different people that I met, professors and people that impacted my life, I think that overall I walked away with knowing, how to be an independent, assertive leader as I lead, this next phase of my life.
And Jay, same question. What did NCCU prepare you for? Is there a particular thing that NCCU prepared you for?
I would say Central prepared me to lean into the Black woman's perspective very heavily. While I was there, Karen Deacons was one of those people that I don't think I would be the actor I am today if it wasn't for her insight and just her perspective on the world and how she saw things. And so I leaned into that heavily. And I think that's what helped me find the qualities in a good woman and my wife and everything like that. So just that Black woman culture that I got from North Carolina Central, that's pretty important to me.
Jay, can you expound on the Nike partnership and what is happening with that? I want to hear more about that.
For sure. So we partner with Nike to do what they have. It's called a Yard Runners campaign, class of 2021. Shout out to my guy Richard Palmer and Arenze, who are graduates of Howard University, but two Black brothers who started this campaign over at Nike. And as we know, it's never easy for Black people to get things off the ground and rolling in these corporate environments, but they were able to do that and highlight 16 protagonists from different HBCUs, all of us having different walks of life, whether we're athletes or you have engineers and doctors and all sorts of levels of just Black excellence that's happening. And Nike has decided to highlight that and put us on these different platforms and to be able to, speak out and also just kind of show an insight on what HBCUs can provide, which is a pathway to success. And so I'm glad I can kind of shout out Central and that and highlight us in this dope campaign. So you go to a couple of Nike stores, you may see a picture, a couple billboards, but definitely go to Nike Sportswear Instagram and support that, and then go cop some Central merch with that Nike check on it, and definitely do that as well.
Right in time for homecoming.
Oh
Okay,
yeah.
everybody gonna be in Yard Runner gear from Nike.
Yeah.
And shout out to our boy Paradise. Paradise got shoes now. I don't know if y'all know Paradise got shoes now. Some
Yeah.
sneakers. Latasha, I want to ask you, how important is HBCU representation in our culture?
I remember when I was in high school attending the different college tours. At that time, to me, it didn't seem that, the HBCU culture was something that was pushed. There were a lot of other universities present. And I think, as I had mentioned earlier, that was one thing that actually steered me towards NCCU when I met Luann Edmonds Harris and the way that she spoke about North Carolina Central and the HBCU culture. And so I think it's very important to make, our young people aware of the greatness that comes from HBCUs and to just continue to push the excellence that HBCUs produce.
I'm muted over here. Thank you for that. Jay, I wanted to ask you, how can we do a better job with putting our brand in the forefront of culture, in the forefront of people's eyeballs? You mentioned Howard. We know some of the other powerhouse HBCUs, but I don't care what nobody say. North Carolina Central University is one of the best universities on the planet, and not only for academic excellence, but also the athletic success as well. What do we have to do to get more people like you on the bandwagon?
Well, I think just continuing to, for one, do what we've been doing is producing, on all levels. I think, sometimes the most silent assassins never get recognized, and that's kind of what Central is. We just constantly putting people out there who are, raising the bar. And so I think long as we continue to do that, the recognition is going to continue to come. The eyes will continue to grow. And we just continue to put that back into our community as well, keeping Black educators in the school system, which Central has been able to do, just kind of not only starting at the university level, but working our way down, up, and kind of keep bringing those people into the school system, especially North Carolina Central, recruiting them early, and making sure that the brand is out there within the community. But being able to have someone like Nike recognize North Carolina Central University and all the other, like you said, powerhouse HBCUs, and I think that's the thing too. Is so many amazing HBCUs, and I think as long as we can kind of continue to support each other. I also just did a partnership with Target and supporting Black-owned alumni businesses. So anybody that's from North Carolina Central and you have a business and it's a product that can be sold in Target, that's another way, kind of keep putting yourselves in these positions to where once you're able to, put yourself on a platform, shout out your HBCU, make sure that people know where you came from, and so kind of putting that word out there. And that's what I'm doing, letting people know where I've come from. And so that we know that where the roads lead back to, when it comes to success and Black excellence.
Indeed. Well said. Well said. Luann's getting a lot of love. I'm going to acknowledge her in a moment. She's getting a lot of love in the chat. I want to really quickly do our Eagles Give challenge. We still haven't gotten our echo, so I have to do it manually. Eagles Give challenge. This is where we really ask you guys to give to the university, make a recurring gift to the university by visiting eaglesgive.com. You can make a recurring gift. You can do it in any type of interval. You can do $19.10. You can do it weekly, monthly. You can give $1,000. You can give whatever is possible for you, but make a recurring gift to the university. And now I'll ask our alums if they will join our challenge. Latasha Bynum from the class of 06. Will you make a recurring gift to the university? I think you muted. Sorry. Hold on. There we go.
Absolutely.
They might do a payroll deduction over there.
Well, you know, it's truth in service. So I provide my service to the university through volunteer. Yes. So, yes.
Thank you, sis. All right.
Yes,
Jay,
yes.
will you make a recurring gift to the university?
Yes, for sure.
All right. So we got to do that. We got to make sure that everyone knows about eaglesgive.com and how easy it is to make a recurring gift to the university. You just go to eaglesgive.com and actually you can choose whatever department. If you have an endowment, if you're a part of a fraternity and a sorority, and if you don't have a preference to where the money goes, you can go to the annual fund. It allows the university to use the funds however they see fit. I know that they did an excellent job during COVID-19 with students who were from highly impacted areas of COVID-19. So the kids couldn't go back to school, couldn't go back home because of the outbreak of coronavirus. So they were able to use funds to support those students to have housing and food and things of that nature. So the university is using money wisely. We just need to make sure that they have what they need. So again, go to eaglesgive.com, make a recurring gift to the university. And if you have not yet joined the Alumni Association, please do it today. Please do it today. Go to NCCUalumni.org. NCCUalumni.org and join the Alumni Association. All right. We're about to conclude, but I want to first by acknowledging Luann Edmond Harris. She's getting a lot of love in the chat. I just want to make sure that I pull one up, and I'll yield to Tasha to acknowledge Luann in a moment. Can you do that really quickly? Acknowledge Luann Edmond Harris, Latasha.
Absolutely. Luann Edmonds Harris is someone that if you come in contact with her, she is just the love, the life of NCCU. She has poured into so many people. She is the Champagne brand. She is the creator of the Champagne brand, but she is everything to NCCU. And so many people we love and adore her. She's poured into so many individuals. She is, like I said earlier, the person that really aided into the development of the woman that I am today and so many other young women, men. And so NCCU, Champagne, we love you, Luann Edmonds Harris, and you're the GOAT. That's all I have to say.
Yes, I want to just also just say there's certain pillars in our community, and we got to give them flowers. We got to say it. And Jay, you can acknowledge yours as well. You said several people who have been influential, instrumental in you getting to NCCU and succeeding there and thereafter. Jay, any acknowledgments to any other people for you?
Yeah, like I said, Karen Dickens Brock. I'm not sure if she's still over at Central, but she had a huge influence on my career and helping me get into the professional workforce, and just never really having any lack and slack and discipline. And when it came to us getting to that next level, and then Sam R. Williams had a huge influence on me. He was at Central for a while, and then Bubba Chuck Davis, who we lost a few years ago. But he also taught me some really amazing things. He told me, Jay, you can never be like this, but I need you to always be here. I need you to pull yourself up and pull others with you, and so that taught me to never be with my hands out, but constantly pull myself up and pull others with me. So thank you for that.
Excellent, excellent. All right, we've come to the end, team. We're going to go into our final thoughts. So there's anything that you'd like our viewers to leave with your final thoughts? We'll start with Latasha Bynum from the class of 06. Your final thoughts.
My final thoughts is let's stay connected. Let's stay connected. Do all that we can to pour into this generation. You never know what impact you may make on one of these young individuals' lives. So just stay connected. And then, of course, coming out of a pandemic, let's just live each day with intention. Love on each other. Reach out to your fellow alum friends, and just stay connected and remain, the NCCU family.
Incredible. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. J. Alphonse Nicholson from the class of 11, we'll just say. Your final thoughts, good brother.
For me, I just thanks again for having me, Latasha Bynum. It's a pleasure sharing this platform with you. And as I say, one of my daily kind of mottos is just breathe and believe. Understand that you're more than capable of accomplishing anything that you want to do, and just putting your mind to it and putting in that work ethic and knowing that it's obtainable. That someone that's 6 degrees of separation. We all come from that same North Carolina Central University community, and I've been able to obtain a lot of amazing things in my life, and to be able to accomplish a lot of milestones. But it's right there. So it's about not taking that misstep or backing up, but constantly pushing forward and breathing and believing and just pushing through and manifesting what it is that you want. And so that our generations that's coming after us can see that as well. And thank you so much.
Manifest it all. Manifestation. I'll end it there. Thank you to my guests, Latasha Bynum from 06 and J. Alphonse Nicholson from the class of 2011. Remember that an eagle is no common, ordinary barnyard fowl, and you belong at NCCU. Until next week, I'm Keon Brown. Please join us. You can get the replay at eaglesalumni.network. eaglesalumni.network. You can watch this broadcast. Thank y'all for being here. I'll see y'all next time. Take care.